This has been some of, if not the worst 48 hours of my life. And do you want to know why?
What's wrong?
Pokemaine, our Lord. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Todd Howard's our Lord and Savior.
Right.
But Pokemaine is up there.
Right.
Yeah.
She's like the Mother Mary.
Right. Of course. She can do no wrong. She was suspended for what was the longest period of human existence, 48 hours, on
That's
Twitch.
too long.
Because she was streaming Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm so conflicted on how to feel about this.
Jeff Bezos was probably just like, "You did what? Excuse me? You banned who?
I don't even work at Amazon anymore, and I care."
Who banned her? Yeah, he's fired. He's not just fired. He's box duty now.
He's like on his yacht. He's just watching Pokemon, and it's like suspended. Like, what? Excuse me? And then he's got like 5 miles behind him. He's like, "Shut the up! I'm watching Pokemon 2 hours. My ex didn't let me do this, and I had billions of dollars. I'm gonna do it as a single man." Yeah. So, like, yeah, she announced that it was only a 48-hour suspension, which I guess kind of is a normal amount of time for this kind of thing. But
apparently,
yeah, apparently. But you know, I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were very hesitant to suspend her for that long. It's just the problem is that to celebrate her return after her mini break, Pokemaine says she will do a 12-hour stream starting Monday morning, January 10th.
Oh, thank God.
Wait, that was yesterday. Today.
Oh, no.
Today.
I missed it.
No. Wait, it can still be going on.
We gotta go.
Pokemaine has said that streaming burns her out in the past, so perhaps a couple days of unplugging will actually be appreciated. You know, I always I always sound terrible. It's like a really bad take, but I have very little sympathy for streamer burnout because, like, okay, yes, you're putting on like a persona for basically 8 hours or however long you're streaming, but also at a normal job, you're like, you don't want to be there, you know?
Right?
That's what I'm like. That's what I never understood about it, you know?
Right. These people also make enough money that if they took like 2 days off, they'd be okay. It would be okay.
Right. No, yeah. Like there's this weird spot for streamers where like they can't do that because like they need to get to a comfortable point where like taking a day or two off. And then I mean the smart ones they'll like plan ahead for a vacation, like, hey, I'm gonna have like a video come out every day scheduled, so like, you know, it's content. But her who's like the top, like one of the top earners, you know, like yeah, she'll be fine. I don't think her having to do a 12-hour stream is gonna be the end of the world, but
she's gonna make it all back. Everything she would have made in the 48 hours, she'll make back in that 12-hour stream.
She'll probably make more. This, you know,
honestly,
the simps they'll be
right,
back
the money hogs.
No,
how could they ban you?
No, they're pay
Take
pigs.
my money.
I love that term, pay pig. I just picture I forget his name, but the guy from the South Park World of Warcraft, the guy who's like and based on the real guy. I mean, no offense to him, he passed away from COVID, unfortunately, but like just their depiction of him is how I picture her, like her fan base.
Yeah.
But I mean, all jokes aside, you know, if you like a streamer for who they are, like, you know, yeah, go ahead.
Right.
You know, they're real. I mean, like we like to make jokes about it, but realistically, like everyone kind of likes a one cringy or normie, you know, streamer. You know, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Right.
Yeah, you know, like I watch Goons, Games, and Gear on YouTube when they stream.
Me too. That's my dirty little secret.
But yeah, so I just want to mention that because Pokemane is one of our role models, I guess. So, you know,
pretty much.
Yeah. It's just I mean, it is nice to see that she actually was punished for it,
right?
Because you know they do favor the elites, literally.
Oh yeah, there's the do not touch list or whatever they came out with.
Yeah, exactly. Now here's the other. These two articles, this one about Pokemane and this next one, really struck a funny bone with me. I think it's hilarious. So I love talking about the stuff that makes me laugh because I don't laugh enough. I'm usually dead on the inside. LAPD officer was fired for catching a Snorlax instead of a burglar. So here's the story, right? Him and another police officer, they're in a car. They're playing Pokemon Go, waiting, just sitting around. And there's a request for backup for breaking and entering. They literally didn't go to catch a Snorlax. Like, could you imagine, like, your house, like a family member gets shot, they died. Like, where are the police officers? It took so long. And they're like, I mean, there was a shiny Pikachu. I don't know what you want from me. Wait,
this is a rare spawn, okay? They don't just pop up all the time. I had to catch it.
Yeah, I had to catch it. You see the shiny Snorlax? Like, it's not just me, right? So, but actually, to clarify, so this was in 2017 when it was huge, and apparently recently, as in like yesterday, they had their appeal for reinstatement denied by a California judge. I mean,
that's great.
I have a lot of respect for the for the boys and girls in blue, but like that's so shameful. Like that's so sad. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, you literally put people's lives at risk just to catch a Snorlax.
Right.
I mean, granted, I think it was a shiny Snorlax, which, I mean,
you could also have had your partner just do it in the car while you're driving away. All you have to do in Pokemon Go is click on it, and then you can catch it wherever you go.
Look, I'm not judging them on their method of doing it. I'm judging them on the fact that they just stood around in a car and just denied saving people. I wonder how they're trying to catch it. When confronted, the officers denied. Okay, here it is. For approximately the next 20 minutes, the in-car video system captured petitioners discussing Pokemon as they drove to different locations where virtual creatures apparently appeared on their mobile phones.
They were hitting all the Pokestops in the car. Yeah, throw the siren on. You got them.
Yeah, they're running red lights. Like, there's a Dragonite. Go.
There's a raid starting in 10 minutes. We got to get there.
But sir, we're across town. Put the sirens on.
It's an emergency.
Let's see. When asked later why they hadn't responded to the call, the two officers said that they were in a loud area and couldn't hear the radio. Officers Lozano and Mitchell's supervisor was skeptical of this explanation and checked the in-car recording system, currently known as the dash cam, which revealed the two had heard the call and chose to go elsewhere as they didn't want the help. They report the incident, which opened a formal investigation. How did they think they were going to get away with this? Like, they know there's a dash cam. That's like that. Like, every cop car has that. Every cop car.
Why didn't they turn the radio off if they were gonna just like sit there and just be like, "Oh, I was on break"? That's an easier way to lie instead of, "Oh, I know I'm being recorded and they know I heard it through the recording."
Not only that, but I don't think they can turn off the dash cam. But I imagine they can turn off the radio.
Right?
I'm just saying that, like, I think that was the only viable way to like they could have played like, oh, we must have accidentally turned it off, which would have been sus, but
right.
But then I guess no matter what, they would have just checked the dash cams to see what happened, and they would just saw them,
Right.
It'd be funny if like it shows them playing on it, and then they're like it's like muted. They're like just screaming, yeah. They're like showing like the dash cam, like the shiny Snorlax they caught.
Or they're like outside of the car and they're doing the like jumping high five from what was it, the gluten police from Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah.
Or the vegan
police. The vegan police. Yeah, I could see that. They tried to appeal on the ground that the in-vehicle recordings were not meant to be used to monitor officers' private conversation, but a judge ruled that premise was flawed and denied the appeal. That's an interesting way to go about it, and I could kind of understand that point. However, you're on the job. You're on the clock. So, that really can't. There's no such thing as a private conversation when you're in a job that's monitoring your every move.
Right.
Like, if for safety reasons, want you like they don't check this unless there's a reason to check it, and you gave them a reason. So.
Right. They would have known. They would have never known otherwise if like they didn't ignore the call. And we're like, all right, well, what were you doing? I'm just picturing in my head. What if it's like what you said, where one was driving, the other one was playing on both, and then like they get there, the driver gets out, you hear like gunshots, but like one guy's just like, and the one guy's still sitting there, like playing.
You just like in the back, you just see like the muzzle flash, and you just see like one cop like on the hood of the car, like like
the other guy in the car just rolls down the window. He's just like, I got him, don't worry.
Then the judge is just like, like under the desk, he's playing Pokemon Go. He's like, guilty. Yeah, shouldn't be playing Pokemon Go. Everyone's playing. I mean, that's 5 years later. I mean, we're in 2022, so I guess 5 years now. So that's 5 years after the fact. I wonder what these people did for a living, but like after they got fired. But like I could see how they thought that argument could hold, like for private conversations, but like we said, that's just it like that was like their only hope, and it was like 1%. Yeah, it was like it wasn't just a long shot. It was like you're trying to like throw a basketball all the way over a football field into the hoop. Let's see. When confronted, they wait. Let's see. They denied they were playing Pokemon. Said they were just having a conversation. They tried to. Okay, so they denied Pokemon Go. Like they officially denied it. They said they were just having a conversation.
Right.
So that's God, I would be so mad. I mean, I wonder if I'm sure they would have mentioned it, but like if I was the victim in like in like the situation, I feel like I would have grounds to sue the police station for improper conduct. Like
right.
It's like, like I literally called, that's your job at the come here as a priority, and your officers chose. Well, they were backup. They weren't the. So I mean, okay, if they were like if it was like the main people and they didn't show up, but I don't know. It would, but like all I'm saying is that this is just ridiculous.
Nonsense.
It's just nonsense.
Absolutely ridiculous.
But tell us what you guys think. Would you risk your job for Pokemon Go? I mean, I'm on temp 80 on getting a shiny Kyurem.
Right.
Mind you were on temp 3 and got it, but would I not do my job for it? Absolutely. But that's I don't have to save lives. So but it just depends on the job.
Right.
If you're preoccupied, like I can see you playing a phone game at like a desk job or something, but this is involving people's lives. Actually,
this is an important job.
I had I'm not gonna name it who it is, but I had a friend who him and his family, like brothers and dad, worked for an ambulance, like a low buy ambulance company, and my friend wasn't working that day, but his brother was. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's the opposite. My friend was working that day, but his brother wasn't, and like his brother like logged into his Facebook as like a joke and like made some joke status about like a video game. And then my friend got called in. He's like, "What are you doing? You were on call. Like, why were you making a status like that?" He's like, "What?" He's like, "I don't even know what you're talking about." Like, and then like the brother had to like fess up. And he's like, "Dude, that's not cool. You don't."
Yeah. No.
So, and that's my story. It has nothing to do with Pokemon Go. This was before Pokemon Go. It's like whatever. Oh man. All right. So here it is. This is the biggest news of the week. GTA finally admits that Red Dead Redemption means nothing to them because Take-Two has acquired Zynga for $12.7 billion. That is larger than the Microsoft Bethesda.
Do you know what they could have done to Undead Nightmare 2 with $12 billion?
Undead Nightmare 2 could have been the first expansion or even video game to make $1 trillion.
I think the worst part about this is that they specifically said the only thing they plan to do with them is make a GTA mobile game. Not a GTA Red Dead, list a couple of games. No, just GTA. I hate you. Take-Two.
Yeah, really though. It's really unbelievable. They buy this, like, first of all, everyone just assumed Zynga was kind of dead because they were the creators of Farmville and that stopped being popular. But I didn't realize that they made Dragon City, Monster Legends, Two Dots, and WWE Supercard. I've heard about them having some kind of like popularity to them on the mobile market, but I didn't associate with Zynga. Zynga, you owe ZeniMax Media, for example. They like when Microsoft bought them, that was like you knew who ZeniMax was more or less. Most people more people knew about ZeniMax, but in terms of Zynga, it's like they kind of died out. Right.
I always knew they were like the mobile games guys. Oh, there's like Tencent and like Zynga.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like I mean I just never really associated them with anything but Farmville. And actually sometimes Forza with Friends. You do see that in the loading screen. But other than that, I mean, I had no idea they were still valued this high. Like I know they had a great start.
That's crazy.
Right. 12.7 billion. That's like a million different expansions for Red Dead Redemption 2.
That we'll never get now.
Man, imagine using that money to give Red Dead Redemption 2 a frame boost. That'd be cool.
Wow. But you know, mobile GTA 5, dude.
Take-Two chairman and CEO Strauss Zelnick said in a statement, quote, "The acquisition significantly diversifies our business and establishes our leadership position in mobile, the fastest growing segment of the interactive entertainment industry." Why? See, that's the worst part. That's what sickens me. They have nothing. They had other than the GTA ports into on mobile. They have no reason to be in this market.
Right.
They have no reason to be in this market. So it's surprising me that they were willing to put that much money down for this when they could have just opened more studios.
Right. Exactly.
Are they afraid GTA 5 is going to die and they have to go into the mobile market?
I think that is the thought, right? Is that like we never want to make another game.
Right.
We'll just make mobile games and make money that way. And if GTA dies, it dies, and then we make GTA 6 eventually.
That's it. Well, it's not barely off note. So Take-Two, they established. I mean, they own NBA 2K. I wasn't aware of this, but apparently the newest NBA 2K is like really good.
They finally did something new and great with it. Apparently,
the last sweat mechanics. That's right. you can smell and feel your jockstrap. Welcome to 2022.
But yeah, they're just it's absurd. Like their business tactics. I just don't understand them. It's like if it's not GTA, they just don't care.
Yeah. So again, and they even mentioned that that's is the quote in here or is it a different article that they basically mentioned that they want to make a port or not a port. It
was a different article where they literally only said we are bringing GTA to mobile, and that was it. Which is just it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
It's like, first of all, I don't look into the financials of these businesses, but I didn't even realize Take-Two had that much money. I mean, it makes sense because I mean, if we took NBA,
GTA is their pay pig.
Right. if we took NBA and Borderlands out of the equation, which I'm going to imagine out of those three, Borderlands makes the least amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna imagine GTA is not only just their Fortnite, but probably 80 to 90% of their revenue.
Right.
I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know the microtransaction game of NBA 2K, and Borderlands doesn't really do microtransactions, but it's at least
pretty nuts. But I think the problem with it is people do it only once or twice a year, and that's it. They'll spend a ton when the new game comes out, and then that's it. As far as I know, at least.
For Borderlands?
For NBA. So you use the virtual currency to build your online roster. So once you do it once, that's pretty much it, I guess. So. Yeah, and Borderlands only does season passes. They don't have microtransactions really.
Does NBA come out every year?
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, in my brain, I just associated them with EA because it's to me, EA is just all sport, all their sports titles. I always forget that NBA is actually
Yeah, 2K has NBA and WWE, but WWE has been awful.
And this should absolutely scare everyone who's a fan of Borderlands, particularly because if they're selling out this much money for basically mobile gaming, that's where their priority is. They just lost $12.7 billion. I'm imagining they want to make that back. So, and Borderlands again. I mean, I like Borderlands 3. I'm still kind of playing it, but out of those 3, at least that has to be the lowest earning one. They probably just do it to appease people at this point, because like Borderlands 3 had a lot of what's it called, scandal behind it. That was the one with where like the flash drive was left in a restaurant, right? And there was like
with the script on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Tiny Tina's Wonderland's coming out. So, right. Is that the one
I'm excited for? That's the spin-off of Borderlands.
Okay. Yeah, right. They also do WWE 2K 2022. They're doing Marvel's Midnight Suns, which, there's no game. There wasn't any gameplay, right?
No, all we know it's being made by the XCOM guys, so I assume it's going to play like that. Mario and Rabbids.
There's a hope for that. I imagine it's going to be better than Avengers. That's like, it's not asking a lot, but
dude, God.
And an enhanced and expanded version of GTA 5 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. Wait, hold on. Do you see in this list Red Dead Redemption?
I was going to say, do you like how they didn't even mention that they own Red Dead Redemption 2? What is wrong? Like, what happened? Do people just like...
They like...
I don't get it.
There's like, it was like 7 years after Red Dead 1, and they... Or Red Dead Redemption anyway, and they finally come out with Red Dead Redemption 2, almost wins games. Or did it win or almost won?
It almost won. They lost to God of War.
Yeah, either. But like at that point, either of them was a good choice as for a winner.
Right. Like, and honestly, I still think like God of War is amazing, but I still think Red Dead should have won it solely for the fact that Red Dead's a multi-system game. Like God of War was just PlayStation.
Right. Yeah. But it like is it hard to program? Did someone hurt you? Why do they hate Red Dead? We need to do some like investigative journalism, because someone there just hates it.
I was like to like jump into like another article we have. They like out of nowhere they had like a brain blast from Jimmy Neutron, and they were like, "Oh my God, do you guys remember Midnight Club? We made that game. You guys remember that game?"
That's crazy.
And everybody's like, "Yeah, we want another one."
I remember it too, and I would like another one.
Yeah, and now everybody's mad that they like remembered it just now, because everybody's like, "Oh great, we're getting a Midnight Club mobile game. We're never getting a real game again."
I just want another Burnout. Not that they're involved with that. I just want another Burnout.
I think they are, aren't they?
Are they?
Who made Burnout?
Also, what's the other one? It was like Split something, where it was more like about the hazards around. I think it was
Split Second.
Yeah, Split Second. That was really fun.
Oh no, Burnout's EA.
Well, okay. Well, I would like to see and Burnout Paradise did really well. It was and especially when it was ported.
And they remastered it. Yeah.
So I don't know what the problem is, but like this actually doesn't make any sense, because Red Dead Redemption 2 did so well. It's like I can understand if they don't want to talk about it if it's like a series that's dead and they just don't want to revive it, but everyone loves Red Dead Redemption. Everyone.
Right. It's not like the game flopped. Yeah. Right. I don't understand it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it actually is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. So
what happened when like there's no more like independent developers anymore? Right? Like we got to be getting close to almost like a point where it's like all the bigwigs own like all the little guys at this point. And even some big guys are owning big guys now. Like
really, we're bored of buying indies. Let's buy each other.
Let's buy Bethesda.
Yeah, right. Actually, we'll just talk about it now. We didn't mention it last episode for some reason, but Ubisoft announced that Ubisoft Plus is coming to Xbox at some point, like I think this year, 2022. And at first, I thought I was like, "Oh, it's coming to Game Pass." That's crazy. Like that's actually nuts.
Right.
But now that I know it's not, I'm not paying $15 a month for Ubisoft games.
And honestly, there's still no point, because they also announced that what is it? Rainbow Six Extraction is coming to Game Pass day one.
Yeah,
what's the point of me getting EA Pass or Ubisoft Pass?
This is my like big brain theory on that. I think that they're putting on Game Pass because they want people to see Rainbow Six on like like a service, like Rainbow Six Siege is on there too. And then when Ubisoft Plus is going to come on there, they're going to remove it from Game Pass. Yeah, they're going to remove it from Game Pass, move it to Ubisoft Plus.
That makes sense.
That's the only way I can see it. So basically, play as much as
you
you
can.
It's
a big brain scheme.
Yeah. So I'm not saying Ubisoft makes bad games. It's just the problem with Ubisoft, excuse me, is that they make a lot of games within their own universes. Like I don't need to pay a subscription service to play every single Assassin's Creed game. Game Pass has has variety basically. Like cool, I can play all the Assassin's Creed games, but that's basically it.
Right. And I've played 90% of them. Like I get the subscription to play Valhalla, the only one I haven't played. Like
right. Like, yes, you can play, Far Cry, and that's great. But odds are you've played all the Far Cries by now. Maybe you haven't played 6. That's fine. They don't make enough Ghost Recons to really justify it, and that's basically it. I mean, Hyperdrive.
It won't be worth it until like Splinter Cell's on there, maybe. But Splinter Cell, I have no problem buying and owning.
If they really want to make this work, especially on Xbox, they need to start buying independent studios. Because just giving us Ubisoft games isn't it's just not enough. I'm not gonna. Especially not for 5. If it was like maybe 7 to 10, I would think about it. If it was 10, I'd think about it. If it was 5, I'd get it. That I think that's fine. But
that's easy.
That's easy. But so I mean, if they really wanted to see this thrive, they really needed Hyperdrive. It was called Hyperdrive, right?
The Hyperscape, they're like battle royale thing.
If that did really well, which it didn't, and they had that on Ubisoft Plus, it's free to play. But if you had it on the service and you had perks because you had Ubisoft Plus, it could have made Ubisoft Plus more enticing. But since it's not, since it crashed and burned, it's just odds are you played all the Ubisoft games. And it's not like they make bad games. They just don't make that. It's basically why Xbox doesn't just have Xbox games. It doesn't just have Halo and Gears of War and
it gets boring.
Right, exactly. That's why I don't. And plus, I think they realized that for PC because one, their Ubisoft or the Uplay is atrocious. It's almost as bad as Origin. It is terrible. Please. I know you don't want to shell out money to Steam and stuff like that, but then make it worthwhile. Or at least or
make it work.
I don't know, join Epic.
Partner with them for everything.
I've memed on them for their them getting into the Steam competitor space, but honestly, their launcher is not bad. It's clean. It's not as over
and they
the
get
top of Steam
like crazy. They're doing well for what they can do.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think that'd be a better solution, but that's besides the point. Ubisoft Plus, I would test it out, but I don't want to give them my money, and my review would just be wait, I played all these games. What am I doing? Why did I
what
just
am I gonna play? Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Okay. And also the worst part, I mean, so with Game Pass, besides the fact they have a variety of games, a lot of these games don't go on mega sales like Ubisoft games. Right now, PS5 on PS5.
You can buy Siege for $5 at any point of the year. Every time there's a sale, it's on sale.
I just saw at GameStop that Far Cry 5 was down to $35 for a week. It's
oh yeah.
Yeah, Ubisoft, they have this. I mean, they're the complete opposite of Nintendo, where they'll advertise the crap out of the game during November because that's when they release their big titles or their only titles, and then once it's over, they're okay, well, we're gonna discount it to $20. I think, and the worst one I've seen of that was for I can't remember the name. The
Riders Republic was on sale for a week, 2 weeks after it came out. It was $20 off.
Phoenix Rising? Is that what it's called?
Oh, Immortals Phoenix Rising. Yeah. Ubisoft games do it all the time.
But that game atrociously went to $10. They're at a point I just thought they were gonna pay me.
Yeah, it was for Black Friday a month after it came out. It was $10.
Right. And I mean, I didn't play it, but at some point I kind of watched
it. The game wasn't bad.
Yeah, and I didn't hear any bad things. I heard it's
I supported it because I was oh, Ubisoft's making a new game, nice. Yeah, I'll support that.
Right. Excuse me. So yeah, but do what you will with the information with Ubisoft Plus. We just don't think it's really worth it.
Honestly, just stop buying 2K games. Take 2 games. Sorry. Stop.
Oh yeah, that's also it.
Not worth it.
But now's the time of the podcast where we shell out ourselves. You follow us on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. We're getting close to 20 followers who love us.
We're so close. Yeah. Someone just follow us. Come on. We're like one away. Go on.
Don't make us ask a family member. It's sad.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Don't make me make a second account just to follow us.
Like, my girlfriend doesn't even follow me anywhere.
Right. I won't tell my girlfriend about us. I want real fans to follow us.
Right. Not people who pretend to love me. It's ridiculous.
Right. Right.
So yeah, follow us everywhere, YouTube, anywhere, literally anywhere podcasts are found. Talk to us on our website, Goons, Games, and Gear. There's an option to send us voice questions or text. We would love, again, literally any question we will answer. Literally anyone. Yeah. That's right. You want to know about taxes and how to file? We'll figure it out together.
Yeah.
We'll do a tax episode. Anyway, so by all means, please talk to us. Tell your friends and family. Oh, and pets. And speaking of pets, I heard a Zelda was added to someone's family.
That's right. I added her to the Smash roster.
That's a
kitty cat. Her name's Zelda.
I think you should rephrase that.
I added another
fighter to the household.
I'll think of it. Yeah.
I mean, now it's a girl cat. I suggested her name should be Dorf for Ganondorf, but apparently it's not ladylike.
Well, if I get a boy, I'm naming him Lonk. Lonk and Zelda.
But yeah, we just wanted to announce that. So congratulations.
Where's the laugh track?
Yeah, I was just looking for it. I don't know how loud this is gonna be once it starts to work. Come on. Okay, I've given up. I don't want to look at it. So apparently it was Twitter revealed what was the most discussed games of 2021. And kind of to my surprise when I first saw it, but not really, was Genshin Impact at number 1.
Right.
Then it was Apex at number 2. Ensemble Stars, which I never heard of.
No.
Final Fantasy 4 F Go Project. Have you heard? Have you heard about that?
No. Must be a mobile game.
Animal Crossing.
Makes sense.
Game Knives Out. Never heard of it.
It's a mobile game, I assume.
Minecraft.
Makes sense.
PJ Sakai.
And
then
it looks very romancy.
Yeah,
just from the
thumbnail. And then the last one is Fortnite, and it has the Naruto headband. So I guess it was reminiscent of the time when Naruto came out. To be fair, I did love the memes. I love the memes where it was like who would have thought this is the universe we'd be living in? It was just like Naruto, Superman, like Batman.
Oh, with guns.
Yeah, like Rick and Morty. You know what's sad? I'm seeing like clips or whatever on like TikTok and stuff like that about Fortnite, and I gotta say it must be really fun to be swinging around with the Spider-Man mechanics. That's like an actual part of the game right now. It just looks fun. It must be a good time to be a Fortnite enjoyer.
Right.
Never thought I'd be saying that. Apparently, quote, there were more than 2.4 billion tweets about gaming, up 14% year over year, and more than 10 times increase in 2017.
Yeah. Gamers run the internet.
Let's see. It's interesting how the list from halfway through the year to this one really only changed its bottom portion. The overwhelming popularity of Genshin Impact, Apex Legends, and the rest of the top slots really must be commended considering how quickly the Twitter landscape can change due to trends. That's fair.
What is Ensemble Stars? Now I need to know.
You mean Ensemble Stars?
Ensemble Stars?
I assume that's what.
It's an anime. I assume there's like a mobile game for it.
I'm interested. An anime, you say?
I don't know what this is.
Do we really want to know? It's going to lead us down a long and dark rabbit hole.
It's about 4 friends. They form the unit Trickstar, aiming to be the top idol and undergo lessons every day. However, the live event held within some sort of academy that I can't pronounce, which puts their idols to compete and outperform each other, known as Dreamfest, is controlled by the influence of the school's order. And thus seeking change, Trickstar challenges the student council, who plays a vital role in said system.
You just wasted.
So it's like Glee with like real violence, I guess.
It's like real violence. Good times. But and just kind of, I guess it doesn't break it down, unfortunately. Like it would be cooler if it would tell us how many tweets went to.
How did the 2.4 billion tweets like split up?
Right, exactly. I assume 2.3 went to Genshin Impact.
Right, and the rest were just split between the rest of the games.
Yeah, the rest are just like casual.
I also want to know if they're all positive or negative. Like, were people complaining about like Apex Legends and like Genshin Impact, or were they like actually enjoying the games?
Twitter is a cesspool of hate, so I imagine it's more on the negative side. That's why.
Oh well, you were telling me about that new feature, right, for Twitter.
Oh yeah, where it's it's like they're
it's TikTok now, basically.
Yeah, you can video respond to tweets, basically.
Dude, that's crazy. Remember when you had like a 40 character limit on Twitter and that was it? That was the end of the day. It was like, I have to go to the bathroom. That's my tweet.
No, it's like I have to go to the bath and they just couldn't finish it.
Right.
It's cut off. ...
Or
it's like I have, and it's like HVE 2 number 2 go.
Short note texting.
Yeah, exactly.
Lingo.
Okay, so this is pretty. I thought it was really interesting because I honestly thought Dr. Disrespect was sponsored by Call of Duty. Dr. Disrespect accuses Activision of false advertising for Call of Duty Warzone's Ricochet anti-cheat.
I honestly forgot that had come out.
What, Warzone Pacific?
The Ricochet anti-cheat. Because that was like supposed to stop people from like wall hacking and stuff, I think.
I was reading that there's a lot of positivity behind it, like it was working, that especially in the first week.
Right.
A lot of people were saying that they've been seeing a lot less cheaters.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly. But but then there was, I guess, there are people that are still mocking the anti-cheat system with like names, just like Ricochet these testicles, like that. Just like names.
That's great.
Yeah, names like that. But yeah, let's see here. Excuse me. Yeah, so he apparently disagrees that it's actually doing anything.
Right.
He was looking at a kill cam footage. He said, "quote, the guy's hacking, right? 100%? He then read chat for a moment before saying, "So they did lie to us about Ricochet. That's false advertising, huh?"
I mean, the problem with cheating, right, is that if you make a system, it's outdated by the next week because they'll just make new cheats.
Right,
so like,
right.
The only real way to stop them is to ban the accounts and just hope they don't make another one, I guess.
It's kind of like de novo, where it's like the intention is there, but the flaw is just how smart people actually are and can work around something like this.
Right.
But also, I feel like that's not really a fair statement, because you see someone hacking doesn't mean the anti-cheat system isn't either doing something about it in the moment, or B, isn't going to do something. Like, no anti-cheat is perfect. Like, cheats can still like slip through, even if you have a really good anti-cheat system. Like you said, people like they'll get around it like in a couple of days, but doesn't mean it's not incredibly difficult.
Right.
Oh yeah, as I said down here too. Warzone cheaters were mocking Ricochet by changing their in-game usernames, things like "nice anti-cheat," "yes, I'm hacking," "it's not luck," things like that. So let's see.
They also say, however, some hackers have been able to bypass the system, perhaps thanks to the leaked code. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the code leaked, and they were like, "This is funny," and that was it.
Which is a shame. I mean, I really hate hackers. I hate them.
Right. Like, where's the fun? Why do you enjoy ruining everybody else's time just wanting to play a game?
I love it. I love it when I see YouTubers, when they get caught with anti-cheats, and they'll accidentally show like their their control center and see like there's a processor for like Warzone
Oh
cheats.
yeah.
And then they'll be like, I didn't know it was on. I just thought I could look through walls naturally. And they're like, or they'll start every apology video is always, hey guys. And then it's just my life. I can't believe I cheated. It's like it's not only cringy, but no one should believe you. No one is believing you. No one should believe you, and you're an idiot. Especially if you're a cheater. If you're a streamer, if you're a streamer and you cheat,
and you get caught, you're an idiot.
I think you should be banned. I think you should just be banned from the platform.
Right. Oh yeah.
Because like you're already breaking the terms of service of a specific game, but you're also misleading people in terms of skill.
Right.
Like you're literally lying to people, and it's just dumb. It really is. But
it's the same thing as like a sports athlete using like steroids or something,
or like
it's literally the same exact thing.
Or an esports athlete using cheating software.
Right.
So like
I didn't know it was installed in this computer.
It's especially that will never make sense to me, because so like a streamer, if it like you basically have to accidentally show that you're using cheats. Like you'd
have to be an idiot to reveal it yourself at home, on your own computer.
Right. So like esports, when it's usually in person, it's like obviously they're gonna do checks. Like what? How do you think you're gonna get away with this? That blows my mind. Streamers think they can get away with it, which I'm sure a fair amount do. But when it comes to esports, it's like even if you're doing it from home, it's such a difficult thing to get through, because other pros are gonna see, like they know the game to the smallest detail. So when they think something's wrong, like we talked about the other week, where like what was it, Halo, where they're like, hey, why do you have such great ping and we all have terrible ping? And he's using like a cheat so that way like the servers would prioritize this one player and not anyone else. It's like, dude, they like I don't know. People think they can get away with everything.
They're idiots.
Yeah, right. But speaking of cheating, I have to admit, I'm using a cheat software to add 19 followers to our TikTok. That's right.
They're all me.
I paid bots. for TikTok follows. The guy said $300 for 10 follows. I thought that was a fair price, and I'm sorry. Oh no, I'm sorry. Guys, I'm sorry. I paid for followers on TikTok.
Want to have to make this video today.
Yeah.
I messed up. I let you guys down, the fans, my fans.
But please follow me on TikTok. I didn't mean.
I'll upload my next playthrough tomorrow.
I promise.
Be sure to check it out.
Hey, excuse me. But actually, one last note about this. I know Dr. Disrespect has a personality, and I get that, but I feel like saying it's false advertising is a little much. Obviously Warzone doesn't want cheaters, and it's not like, it's not like they're gonna maybe they are, but I don't think they did half-ass anti-cheat software, which I'm sure they paid probably 6 figures to make.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's working there. They had to outsource it.
And apparently the Activision, which again, I never truly trust, like when the game company itself tells me certain numbers, but they said that Ricochet has banned 48,000 Warzone Vanguard cheaters in a single day.
I mean, it's definitely working. There's no denying it.
Right. It's just because, especially with the leaked code, they're gonna. Obviously, some people are gonna be smart enough to work around it.
Right.
So, again, 100% not foolproof.
Right.
Or 100% full. No, not foolproof. Okay. This is some delightful news to me. Elden Ring overtook Dying Light 2 as Steam's most wishlist game.
I laughed when I read this, right? Because Dying Light 2 has definitely been on Steam's page for 6 years now.
Yeah, right.
And Elden Ring just got added 2 months ago and has already overtook it. Like,
right,
come on.
It's Dying Light 2. Well, I was gonna say
we're finally getting it, which is nice, and I have no doubt the game's gonna be good.
I was kind of angry though as I thought about it because, granted, they themselves did the port for the Switch for Platinum Edition of Dying Light 1. Apparently, it's like phenomenal, but we've been waiting years for this, and you delayed this game like 3 times now, and you're telling me you put time into porting over the original and
and releasing DLC for the original still.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I love that they're still supporting the game, but like once you kind of announce or like you're getting to like almost months away from their new game, you actually
stop working on other stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially the first game, like
right. Either way, like, but I'm about Elden Ring. We might be doing a giveaway for Elden Ring. Hint. Anyone?
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Valentine's Day coming up. I need love in my life.
Oh, okay, cool. This actually has a number to it. Elden Ring has 273,000 wish lists, and Dying Light has 251,000. And that's just on Steam.
Both of those are really good. Yeah, that's great.
Right. I'm glad no one can see me from the waist down because I am.
I got a chub. I'm ready.
I got a gamer clue. Yeah, like everyone's super excited about it, and actually we're eating good for the next like 2 months. We got Rainbow Six Extraction, which I guess is more of a time killer. Pokemon Arceus, Dying Light 2, Elden Ring. I think in that order.
Yep. Yeah.
Also, so you see this list on the top wish list numbers?
Right.
Have you heard of the day before? Oh wait, is that the one that was revealed like 2 years ago? It was like in the snow in the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I didn't know that was still coming out.
I can't believe Hollow Knight expansion still hasn't come out. They announced that like 4 years ago, I think.
I don't think this is an expansion. I think this is the sequel.
Oh, like a sequel?
Well, actually, I think this is a prequel, but I never heard of Party Animals, and that's at number 3.
Yeah.
I never heard of Party Animals.
Bloodlines is that weird online like vampire game that they showed at E3. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I remember that. I'm surprised Stalker 2 is on here. Heart of Chernobyl. And
apparently that game has a die-hard community.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard about it until it was announced that it's going to Game Pass. Never heard about it.
Nope.
Although I'm going to admit with Elden Ring and I think Dying Light 2, not a huge fan that they're coming out with for previous systems. While I do understand it, it's just like
right.
And with Dying Light 2, I was reading that like apparently the PS4 is running it pretty well. So like base PS4.
Oh, nice.
But considering this game has been in the making,
for those systems.
Yeah, was Dying Light 1 on the 360? No, right?
No, it was PS4, Xbox One.
Okay.
But this was announced and supposed to be for PS4 and Xbox One 6 years ago.
Right. So it makes sense at least for Dying Light 2.
Right.
But for Elden Ring, that's like supporting older generations. I feel like this should be the last year we still get PS4 and Xbox One games. I know COVID's really, hurt the market in terms of like production and stuff like that. But I imagine at least after this year, there should be enough in the wild Xbox X and S and PS5s that we don't need to work on older generation stuff. Because Xbox One's horribly underpowered base Xbox One and arguably is the PS4 at this point. But whatever. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. This is okay. Okay. I actually have a huge problem with this. Xbox boss Phil Spencer said, quote, not interested in virtue shaming Activision. Phil Spencer won't say how Microsoft has altered its partnership with Call of Duty Maker. He basically talks about how, like, we don't know what's really going on there. it's not really cool to, to shame them all because everyone else is
shaming them. You don't know what's going on there. There's literally a lawsuit.
No, lawsuits.
Right.
But no,
after they had come out, when it came out, they said like, "Oh, we're disturbed and deeply troubled by this."
Right.
What do you mean you can't? That's just like dirty consumerism. That's so bad.
Well, not only is it bad, but it doesn't even make any sense. It's not interested in virtue shaming. Okay, but people aren't like they're not shaming because everyone else is shaming. They're shaming because Activision sucks. Like
actually did something bad. Yeah.
Actually, like it's not controversial. Like there's no like yes and no. It's literally they did something bad.
That's crazy.
It's like, yeah, we're not gonna shame them because everyone else is shaming them. Okay, then shame them for just being terrible.
Right.
However, it scrolls on the bottom. We've changed how we do certain things with them, and they're aware of that. But I also, and this isn't about for us at Xbox, virtue shaming other companies. Xbox history is not spotless. Like, okay, you're saying two different things there.
Like, make what they did better, though. Like,
I don't know what message they're trying to convey with that. We have changed how we do certain things with them, and they're aware of that. And then a little bit later, it's like Xbox history is not spotless. Like, okay, I mean, it's like. Right, but you didn't a lot of stuff you did or that you didn't do right wasn't on purpose though. It's like Ring of Death wasn't on purpose. Sexually harassing your coworkers is on purpose. Having a Bill Cosby suite isn't an accident. It's like you don't just stumble upon that in the mini fridge full of pudding. Let's see.
It's like just a stupid thing for them to have commented on. Like, why even say anything? Just be like, yeah, they suck, and then still sell Call of Duty on your system. Like,
all right, so Spencer, I'm not sure who Spencer is in this context, but Spencer.
Phil Spencer.
Oh, was asked. Sorry, I for a second I thought this was the interviewer. Yeah, Spencer was asked several times by Swisher about any ways Xbox would be quote punishing Activision Blizzard for past incidents at the company. He remained vague. Swisher, I don't mean to be rude, but what's wrong with punishing them for that? That's a bold question, and I respect it. Like, we don't want to do business with you unless you cleaned up. Now, again, these issues were back several years ago, but under the same leadership, Bobby Kotick, who's a longtime Activision CEO. Phil Spencer. I think in terms of interaction with other companies, the things that we choose to do with them, choose to do with our brand and our platform in coordination or not with other companies, is the avenue that we have to have an impact. Okay, he's trying to dodge. I would say in terms of individuals that are in leadership positions at other companies, it's not obviously our position to judge who the CEOs are. Like, CEOs are chosen by shareholders and boards. At Xbox, I know who I'm accountable for in terms of the business operations. It's my team tier, my management chain. And that's the thing that we continue to focus on, and is to try to grow. Whether that's us sharing, again, the experiences that we have with other partners, if we can help them on their own journey, or the things that happen in our own teams. What? Okay, I mean,
that was like all gibberish.
He was just like complete. Not only was he completely vague, like the first way. I don't think in terms of interacting with other companies that we're in coordination or not with other companies. Blah blah blah. I would say in terms of individuals in our leadership positions at other companies, it's not obviously our position to judge who the CEOs are. Yeah, your job. Okay, your job isn't to judge them, but you can also make a stand and say like, yeah, we're not gonna do certain business actions with you because of your the actions you've done. So maybe maybe Xbox has some like secret like agreement with them. I don't know. It's just weird. This is so vague.
I feel like none of this should have ever even been said. Just be like, oh yeah, Activision Blizzard is a terrible company, and if you still want to sell Call of Duty, still sell Call of Duty. Because that's what it's all about, right? Is that like we need to still sell Call of Duty because it makes us however many billions of dollars a year.
Yeah, but this one was the second lowest selling Call of Duty ever.
Oh yeah, but it's still like it's the second lowest compared to 30 billion and
right,
it only made
yeah. It's like saying,
billion, you know.
the iPhone 10 was the second worst selling iPhone ever, only sold 30 billion. Like,
right, exactly, yeah. So,
but where's the article?
I feel like this is just bad press.
Well, so here's the thing:
bad press for like absolutely no reason. Like Phil should have just like shut up, like stop talking, and that was it.
Yeah, he definitely could have played that better, which is weird because he's usually very genuine and not like he doesn't really seem like a
right.
A
and maybe it
sellout.
just like came out wrong. Like maybe he, had it in his head the right way, and it just like it came out of his mouth wrong. But I don't know. It's just very, very stupid.
I'll bring this up now though. But speaking of Vanguard, Spider-Man Miles Morales literally outsold Vanguard over the holidays on PS5.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah.
But outsold both of them.
It's pretty sus.
It's pretty sus. I didn't know that. Like,
I can't believe NBA was number 5. Are you kidding me? A new one comes out this year. Everybody realizes that, right? Like,
I mean, it was on holiday sale, I guess.
Wow. Oh, that's probably why. You're right.
Wow, I didn't even realize Five Nights at Freddy's was number 4. That's crazy.
I mean, it was like the only release in December.
Oh, really?
And I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's is a big series. So.
True, but like, I feel like it's one of those weird, or at least I always thought it was like this, where it's more of a game people love to watch, not play.
Well, the kids will play it, so all the kids want to buy it. Plus, it's a digital-only title. So.
Oh, it is. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Really, digital only? Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're doing a disc version of it eventually, but like it was digital only for release.
Gotcha. Yeah, Among Us was the top-selling PS5 game for the holidays for both US/Canada and the EU, and then Miles Morales was second in the US, and it was 4th in the EU. Wait, but this one says
COD was tied for 3rd in both US and EU. That's crazy.
that actually is kind of crazy.
I believe FIFA was number 2 in the Europe.
FIFA, no, I don't think it's nuts. FIFA sells insanely well.
Oh yeah, I just like months later though, like it's still selling like crazy like that. Like number 2 the whole month.
True. Yeah, where's my legacy Switch port? That was awesome. I loved like 10 frames per second and glitches from years ago. It's great.
So good.
So I thought it's kind of important or interesting that one, I didn't think the Among Us hype was still going. I really didn't. I mean, no one's streaming anymore, right? It's just more of like a party game.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what this uptick is in like sales and players again.
Maybe when they saw the virtual reality.
Oh, you know what? That actually might have been it.
Is that an expansion or is that a game?
I assume it's like an update for it.
Could be a really big update.
VR version of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess if there's a big enough market in VR, but I don't. I feel like that's just gonna be it's gonna be probably fun.
Oh, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be like Among Us. It's gonna be fun to watch, but like to play is gonna be like just a pain.
They should make Alien Isolation a VR.
I want to say it got a VR mode.
Did it?
I don't know.
Isolation.
I feel like I remember seeing that somewhere.
I see let's see, there's a mod for it.
Oh, okay.
There's a mod for it. But like if it got enough, I don't know. Like I feel like if there's any genre for VR to thrive in, it's horror.
Oh, 100%.
Right. So like I like that game was really. I didn't beat it. I played it at a friend's house, but it was really fun. I don't think it's any replay value, but that's the kind of horror game I would love to see in VR. And yeah. Anyway, excuse me. See, we were talking about Dying Light 2 before. They made a quote that it's going to take about 500 hours to fully complete. I feel like that's I don't know how they got that number, but I don't believe
that's a lot of time.
I don't believe it.
I just saw the other day that Skyrim, to like fully complete every quest, everything in the game, right? On average was like 180 hours. So like,
and that's probably if you're like rushing it too, because like if you take your time in a casual playthrough, you're not going to get 180 hours.
Right, you could play that game forever.
Right. I mean, I'm still stuck fishing, and I'm 80 hours.
What I don't understand about this though, right, is that like I forget where it says it. Most players will be able to get through it in 80 or so hours.
Yeah. That I think they're referring to the campaign.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah.
But where are the other 400 hours? Like, is there that really that many side quests and like leveling up and stuff?
Well, you got to also put into account collectibles.
Oh, maybe stuff like that.
Where is it? Let's see. There's a thing like viral. I want to see if it's in this article. I guess it's not. I was reading somewhere that it's going to take like a couple hours to walk from like one end of the map to the other.
That just sounds like awful.
No. I don't. I mean, well, it was like walk, not like run or parkour.
Oh, okay.
But
so literally, like
it would be. I mean, it'd be awesome if it was like you're like a New York level or size, like level, like a zombie apocalypse game like that big.
Right.
That'd be awesome. But I don't know. I feel like they're overhyping it for the amount of possible hours to get it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't doubt the game will be huge and like take a long time, but like 500 hours, that's like an intimidating number. That's like we can never finish it because of Elden Ring.
Oh wait, hold on. So it said there's an update at 420. Blaze it. Techland issued an additional tweet saying that the main quest can be completed in just 20 hours. That's still a lot of hours for single player.
Oh.
Or for story.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Actually, there's a picture here. It says here, 20 hours. See, the time needed to complete main story. 8 hours time needed to finish main story and all the side quests. 500 hours. Time needed to max out the game with all main and side quests, choices and endings, checking every place on the map, every dialogue, and finding every collectible.
Oh, so it has multiple endings. So you just play through it over and over. So
yeah, that's not fair. That's like
so the game. Okay, that makes more sense. Never mind. I'm not impressed anymore.
Every dialogue, like no, is there like an achievement for listening to everything?
Right. Is there a reason for me to do it? Otherwise, I'm not.
Right, exactly. Choices and endings, like that's just not fair. That's not a fair way to say, oh, it's 500 hours because, like, that's multiple playthroughs. That's just like yeah, okay, but you made it that way, so checking every place on the map. I really hope this has like a I Am Legend vibe to it. If the night mode is as good as they say it is.
Yeah.
That's all I hope. I mean, I hope they have a permadeath mode, but that's like my hope for it. But yeah, so if you want to spend 500 hours listening to every syllable in the game, then that's your choice. Whoa, he said like I checked that off.
This dialogue, he told me his favorite flavor of milkshake was strawberry.
Now, if I listen to it in French, that's another achievement.
He says, "Oui, oui."
We're professionals here. We're professionals.
Right. Yeah. Oui, oui's not funny.
Yeah, really though. I mean, we got like just a small more amount. That Roblox has shut down the Chinese version of the app to work on a new version. Says it needs to take a quote number of important transitory there we go actions as it rebuilds the app. So now the app, also known as Lao Bu Lisi, just 5 months after release in China. That's the Roblox version. Lao Bu Lisi. Let's see. The app, which is rolled out,
like they're like implementing like bans or basically like a countdown clock on it. So like once you go into it, you have like 3 hours of game time. So you're gonna go in, start your 3 hours, and that's it. and then it'll kick you out.
Kind of like League of Legends. They cap it at like an hour. It's like you can only be happy for 30 minutes a day. You must be miserable for the rest.
Right.
So
and you're not even happy playing League of Legends. Let's
exactly. So,
you're miserable the whole time.
Financial Times notes that Roblox was subject to China's regulatory standards despite marketing itself as an educational game, resulting in the censorship of some of its features. So they tried to game the system by touting itself as an educational game so it get around some regulations in terms of China's strict rules. But China was like, no. There's too many oofs to...
Right. Did I hear an oof?
Let's see here. Reports that the platform appeared to struggle against Chinese competitors like the similar Byte Dance-owned Reworld. So then China, blah, blah. So basically they literally have to make a specific app again to appease China, which, you know, so it's a huge market.
Right, they can't just back out of it. Like it's too big of a market.
Do we talk about this? It says here the global version of Steam appears to be banned in China as of late December. I don't remember that.
I don't remember if we talked about that. I remember seeing it.
I don't remember hearing it at all.
Yeah,
Ban China.
I know we talked about Fortnite.
Well, we love Fortnite.
Right.
Only the Chinese. Okay, so they have a Chinese version of Steam, which currently offers a limited library of 103 games.
Right. Well, it's because there's a lot of like anybody could put a game up on Steam, and there's a lot of stuff that like would not be okay over there.
Right. There's over 100.
I understand it.
110,000 games on Steam, so that's down to 103. And then once you finally get the game, if it's any time after 10 p.m. in China, curfew set in, and kids can't be gaming.
Right.
And minors can't play it for more than 3 hours a week. China also banned Fortnite, so they're already going to be unhappy.
Right.
And it's already modified to not even be the same Fortnite anyway. No skins that make you happy.
You can have basic default stick figure, and that is it.
That's it. So that's China for you, I guess. You know, I mean, whatever.
They're doing what they got to do. These like game developers.
Gaming addiction, you know, the biggest pandemic ever.
That's right.
There's too many people getting oofed on Roblox. We have to stop this menace.
Right, that's the problem with Roblox. Let's ignore everything else. It's just the fact that kids are playing it. That's it.
Last but not least for today, our lovely episode, Days Gone developer talks about all the things Sony wasn't interested in. This is just more
reboot. Sony, you monsters. You monsters.
You know what? You can take this away. You can take it away.
So Ben Studios, the developers of Days Gone, they pitched them like a bunch of like games they wanted to do. So they wanted to do a Days Gone sequel, which we talked about recently.
They're like, wait. Sony's like, that made a lot of money, right? They're like, yeah. No, I'm good.
Yeah. Instead, we'll remake Medieval, a game no one remembers. And apparently they wanted to do a reboot of Resistance: Fall of Man. And those games are perfect. Oh my god, let me tell you how great Resistance is. So good. Yeah, I mean, it looks like he was complaining about like how Days Gone outsold Ghost of Tsushima, basically. Even though like Days Gone had like a rough launch, like it really rebounded, and it sold like crazy. So, and it's definitely one of like the PS4's like highlight games, you know.
So which begs the question, like, why does Sony hate like Days Gone?
Right. I don't know what happened that they're pulling a 2K with Red Dead, right? Like
it sold well, everyone likes it. Don't support it.
Yeah, ignore it. We don't own that. That's not our kid.
That's not our kid. It's just like an exact clone. Like, nope, I've never seen this person in my life. Nope. No sales would get like see. At any rate, Ross felt that Days Gone's unappealing Metacritic scores meant no sales number would get SIE's approval Sony Interactive Entertainment for a sequel. It was very obvious that we shouldn't be talking about Days Gone when we were working on the pitch for the next project. So I guess his view is that because they had low scores early, that they're not gonna greenlight a sequel, which I could understand when it came out, but a year later, when it's doing very well and it changed opinions, and you also, or I'm sorry, a year later after the sale, and now they're in the next generation, I don't see any problem with making a sequel.
Right. Like, as long as they have a good story and like new mechanics and stuff for it, like let them do it.
What, good sequel? Wait, Did you say Medieval remaster?
Medieval 2 remaster? Wink, wink.
Yes.
No, they literally told them, "Hey, why don't you guys just do a Siphon Filter remake instead?" Like,
what's
no,
Siphon?
No one cares about No one cares about Siphon Filter. Siphon Filter died like way in the past.
I never even heard of that.
It was like PlayStation's exclusive version of like Splinter Cell, basically.
The name's kind of dumb. 2007.
Yeah.
So they'd rather have a reboot of that, which did it sell well?
I mean, people played it, but it's not like an iconic. It's not like a Jak and Daxter or like a Sly Cooper. Not everybody played it when on the PS2 back then.
Where is the next Sly Cooper?
Oh, you didn't hear?
No,
we're not getting one.
Oh, really?
Remember the movie they're making for it? We're not getting that either.
Well, I mean, I know about the movie, but they left on a cliffhanger. I have to know. Let's fly the gang.
I hope they make a new one. They should remake like Jak and Daxter. That'd be great.
That would be great. But just to end this with Sly Cooper, I hated that they turned Bentley's girlfriend into an evil person. I thought that was the dumbest thing. That made no sense to me. Don't you see Sly's holding you back, him and Octavius Raccoonus? Like, where this you've never shown this in your personality ever before this. Why did you just throw this in here to make Bentley an unhappy cripple? At least it was good to know that he was happy,
right?
But I guess that's not enough for him. So, yeah. Well, we had some fun times here. Yeah, that's it. That's the show. Okay, kind of good words to say.
Like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, follow us on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Let us know what your favorite color is this week. That's what I want to know. All right, pink, brown, purple. Let us know.
Yeah, go to the website Goons Games and Gear and talk to us on there and read our cool, interesting articles. Other than that, have a good one. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Catch you later.
Bye bye.
The Fade of Black. I gotta click it.
Oh no.